All the things I've voiced in the book in their digestive form, where in truth they had a little more spice to what was done. This dog was a golden retriever. He was bred by the Prince of Wales. He was presented to the President of Pakistan, and his son happened to be at school at the time when I was there, and learning about the fact that I love dogs and animals. On one turn, he came back with a golden retriever who had this background, have been bred royally by the Prince of Wales in England, presented the President of Pakistan, and this son of that President offered me this dog as a present. On this particular occasion, we were led by a lovely master called, he was a Sardarji, called Gurdial Singh. Lovely chap. He was a world famous mountaineer. And we were very honored and happy that we were being led by Gurdial Singh. To start with, everyone was against me being accompanied by this golden retriever who was named Amber because of his color. They said, you can't take this rat for this expedition. Believe me, instead of climbing Nag Tibba, we climbed 2 other mountains. By the time evening broke, Gurdial Singh said, sorry lads, we have come up the wrong mountain. In deep snow with no food. What do? One damn fellow had carried a loaf of bread. By mistake, he urinated on it. वो रख दिया, उसमें पेशाब कर दिया. He said, this is all we have to eat. I said, no, we all said no, sir. We can't eat your urine. So we stayed hungry, and late in the afternoon, when he told us, boys, you climbed 2 wrong mountains. That is Nag Tibba. I said, sir, see, we have no mountaineering kit. We are doing all this with their hands and feet. So how do we go up that? He said, with your hands and feet. He said, it's getting dark. Suppose we get stuck up there. You've got to make the effort. So, in very deep snow, we got to the top of Mount Tibba. By that time, it had got dark. Now, to spend the night up there, we would have had frostbite and we'd be dead by the morning because the sub-zero temperature. So then, Gurdial Singh, with his mountaineering experience, said, boys, we have got to get down to the forest line. Forest line is much lower. So anyway, going down, by that time it had become dark. Amber was a very gentle dog. He never barked at anyone. He was never aggressive. In fact, he's sort of a nangy-pangy sort of a chap. And some of my friends would say, what a rather feminine tempered animal. That's how he was. But on that day, he got into my feet. I nearly tumbled. And I said, Amba, what are you doing? And next time, he did the same thing. Then I said, come on you. And they said, we told you not to bring this mutt on this express. I said, I have no choice. They said, come on, Amba, get out of the way. When I said that, he said, the first time in our life, I've heard him growl. And when I got a little rough, he bared his teeth. And he growled even more ferociously. So in all we were 7. The other 6 then tried to bully him. And get out, he said. Out. Which he never did. And he refused to allow us to put a foot forward. So at night, while we had to just plonk down in deep snow, it was bitterly cold. All we did was curse Amba. You bad bloody dog, you must now have picked up rabies. And they said, आपको बोले हम देखो साले को रेबीज होगा. I said, भाई रेबीज ऐसा पिकअप नहीं होता. नहीं रैबिड होगा. बंदूक होती तो उसको डिस्ट्रॉय करना था. बंदूक लकीली अपने पास तो नहीं है. क्या करें? But all night, whenever an attempt was made, through threatening or being sly to get around, he never allowed anyone to move. So freezing cold, our knees, fingers, all got jammed. What were we to do? In the morning, when we looked down, just about 5 yards beyond us was a cliff, at least 300 or 400 feet drop. So if we had got just 3 or 4 feet more, we wouldn't be there today. It was Amba who saved us, all 7 of us. So we all kissed and hugged and loved Amba for the rest of our term at school and our companionship with Amba. When I left school, came back to India, he lived a few more years with me. My mother fell in love with him and she always said, he's an English gentleman. And I buried him in my compound with a proper cemented graveyard. And after many, many years, when the land ceiling came up, we had to hand over the land to the government. It just happened that they had to dig up his grave. And he was exactly as he was, just dry. But the coat and everything was intact. Rather difficult to understand, because by that time he should have, but he was just like a dry mummy. So that was the Amba.